I know your father had deep roots in Indiana.
Yeah.
But I want to ask about one of your relatives on your mother's side. I believe your grandfather is named grandfather Henry Goodrich, right?
Yeah.
He only lived in Indianapolis for about a decade, but he left a big influence here. I think he moved here in the 1960s to work for the Inland
Container Company.
Company. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was his day job, but he was very civically engaged. He served in major leadership roles in many prominent boards, including boards at St. Vincent's Hospital, the Children's Museum, the Economic Club of Indiana. His influence was so great that Marian University awarded him an honorary doctorate in the 1970s. And in 1976, the Indianapolis Star named him one of the 20 most influential people in Indianapolis, alongside Mayor Hudnut and people whose names are now on street signs and buildings, right? Tell me about your relationship with your grandfather, Henry, and how much interest or awareness do you have of the role he had shaping Indianapolis in the 70s?
Well, it's very kind of you to point all that out, and I really appreciate you doing that research and digging deep into my I call him Pawpaw, my Pawpaw's life. He was an extraordinary person and also an extraordinary grandfather. I was very fortunate to be at a good school when I was in high school, and and I wasn't a good student at all. I was a really poor student, actually, and my grandfather took me out to lunch one day. And he said, I'll never forget it, or as long as I have a memory, I'll remember it. He said, this is a privilege. You are incredibly fortunate to be able to go to high school. Lots of people don't get to go to high school. I had to struggle to get to high school, and then I had to struggle my way through college. And seeing you waste this opportunity is heartbreaking for me. And that was pretty much the day that things changed for me. I went home that day feeling very chastised and feeling pretty small, and thought to myself, maybe I need to have a different relationship with school and with life in general. And it's one of those rare conversations that actually changes your life. The other thing about my grandfather that I remember is that one time he told me, I don't buy you stuff. I'm not going to be somebody who buys you stuff. You're going to get $20 at Christmas, just like the other grandkids, but I will always buy you books. And he meant that. And I grew up in a house that was, not wealthy by many standards, but was rich in books. And I was just very grateful for that. So, yeah, he was a great civic leader, not just in Indianapolis, but also in Birmingham, where he spent most of his career, and really an extraordinary person.